When Spam arrived in 1937, it quickly became the protein of choice in cash-strapped homes. And just a few years later, during the Second World War, it was a staple for both soldiers and those on the home front. It was cheap, it was filling, and it lasted for years. In fact, it's still safe to eat decades after its expiration date. But how did this canned meat product become so popular? Well, it helps to know what Spam actually is. Unlike Vienna sausages, which are made with beef or veal, Spam is entirely made with pork, specifically the muscle that connects a pig's shoulder to its ribs. This cut of meat is usually boiled or braised very, very low and very, very slow to keep it wall-to-wall medium. Rare, medium, well done. I don't care how you slice it. It's a little tough. But here's the thing, it doesn't really matter how well you cook something if you're going to puree it anyway, which is what happens when you combine it with salt, water, sugar, and sodium nitrite in a big industrial food processor. The mixture is then stuffed into a can, sealed up, and heated to kill any bacteria. Voila Spam. Now there's no accounting for taste, but I will say that it's surprisingly good. In a blind taste test, people preferred it to both Vienna sausages and even some fancy cold cuts. And that was before they started adding stuff like pineapple, jalapeno peppers, and even bacon bits. Of course, many of us now associate Spam with one thing and one thing only: fried eggs. And that's because during the Second World War, the brand invested heavily in advertising. By the end of the 1940s, they were spending over $2 million a year on magazine ads alone. One of their more memorable campaigns encouraged people to get creative in the kitchen, and to this day, Spam fans proudly share their most delicious recipes online. After all, it is the star ingredient in a dish that many of you consider to be a delicacy. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.